All right. Everybody, welcome to a 911 emergency call. Due to some demand of several clients and colleagues and many people in the industry in this freaking crazy whacked out time. And as many of people's coaches, I've had a lot of people in every state you can imagine as you all are going and experiencing it. So I threw it out to Gino and Nikki if we were able to possibly come together, bring the industry, whoever can and is available to be on this call, and just create a space where we all can kind of hang out, have a freaking cocktail, because I know we're all ready for that, and do a campfire chat and just kind of share what everybody's experiencing, what you're going through. You know, we can't try to keep this thing so upbeat because the reality is we'll fall backwards, but let's keep going back up. And perspectives and maybe some ideas, but more than anything, we're going to leave with a wonderful community spirit and know that in this time. If everybody can read your lines, if you can, I'll continue to try to do so. Philip and Mary, you guys are mine, so I'll keep yours on. So thank you all for being here. Gino, thank you so much for your time and making yourself available. I'm sorry you had cancellations, but on a selfish note, I'm happy you're here. So Gino, did you hear the one about this person that had a dream to own a salon?
Yeah, that would be a nightmare right now. That would be a little bit of a nightmare right now. And you know what? I actually think it's important to open this whole event saying that these really are unprecedented times. No one really knows quite what's happening. No one really knows who to believe. No one really knows who's telling the truth. No one really knows about Corona. I mean, I think of all the countries I've had a chance to look at, we're probably the worst in regard to we don't even have enough test kits to figure out what the hell's going on. So I think we should start with the fact that there really are no answers and no one really knows what's to come. And I know they're talking about 8 weeks and we're all going to be back. I don't think that's true. I don't foresee it in any shape or form in 8 weeks. I see we have Mark and Sana on, and Washington State is closed down. It's one of 5 states that they've closed the salons. Now, I have to tell you, it's going to happen in the other 45. We're all going to be closed down. I really do believe that. I believe it'll happen in all 50 states. So if you want, I can go ahead and throw my piece out right now and tell you where I'm coming from. And just so you know, Oscar, you and I have talked about it on a personal level. Every bit of my work within the beauty industry and out of the beauty industry is gone until perhaps September. Now, I know Nikki and I have talked extensively, and of course with Iva behind us, I mean, Iva's always the one that keeps things going. We're going to come up with something online. We're going to come up with some type of Zoom stuff, and I know Nikki and Iva will tell you more about it as we go on, just to try to get people prepared. But I kind of feel like it's going to be tough times, and we've all got to tighten up a little bit, and we've all got to try to keep that smile and good nature on our face. But we don't even know what we're up against these next few months, and it's not just us. The silver lining will be that I believe when it's over and everything's clear to some degree, I don't think it's going to be clear for a year or two, but to some degree, when it's clear, hair grows, skin grows, nails grow. We're going to be very busy, very quick, and I've got some good ideas for that. But in the meantime, I think it's important just to tighten up, keep a smile on your face, get into your family. I've been playing my guitar a whole lot. I'm going to be a great guitarist by the time this is over. I have my office so organized. You can ask me for any damn thing in the world, and I know exactly where it is and what it does.
Okay, let's put that to a test. Where the hell's my book at?
I have it right over here. I just have to finish, and that'll be done the next couple of weeks. I will get that done.
I love it. Just so you guys know, when I was at Mentors and Masters event, Gina was talking about a really awesome thing to do is share some books that you've read, highlight the stuff that you took away from it, and trade it with a great friend and let them highlight it in a different color and send it back. That was November?
Yeah, that was November. But now that I'm free and I don't have a lot to do, you'll probably get it back in a month or so, and I'll highlight all the fun stuff. I did get through probably 10 pages, maybe 5 or 6 times, but I mean, you know how it is. Time just escapes you. You get busy, and who the hell's got time to get it done?
Absolutely. Well, sorry to take everybody sideways there. So Mark and Sana, God, how cool to see you. I'm gonna unmute you guys there for a second. It's such an interesting time right now. You know, this morning I did a live flipping my bricks, and I flipped 12 bricks. And we always say, people that own the bricks, that there's no accidents with what bricks you flip. And I want to read you 12 words that I think can lead us into further discussion from here. And then I'll come back to Sana, how you really brought one of these words home and gave it a whole new meaning to me that I'm going to share with everybody else as I did on my call. So first word I flipped this morning was optimistic. And I'm just going to fly through them, but just let them breathe into yourselves a little bit as we move forward. Optimistic, perspective, proactive, improve, prepared, positive.
Wait a minute, I lost count.
That was 3, 5. Number 6 is faith. How about this one? Number 7 is healthy. Number 8 is intentional.
What is it?
Intentional, followed by hope, followed by thankful,
Oh,
followed by the last one, procrastinate.
oh.
And Sana, so when you were doing your lives on kind of doing your little training on your days off, I see this video yesterday says day 2, and she's practicing her craft like she freaking needs more practice, but the masters always are on top of their game. And she was rocking some figure waves, but she was putting herself out there, still contributing content and positivity, but taking that moment. So I kind of came to like all these words, so many of them, you know, being proactive, being positive, being prepared, improve. And the one I came up with is always to procrastinate, which is my enemy, and many others. And here's an opportunity. You guys, 3 weeks ago, you guys couldn't wait for a day off. And now here we have more than we want, but careful what you ask for. And if we spin it for the opportunity and the possibility, what are some things that you procrastinated on that now you might have some opportunities to get some stuff done? So Sana, excuse me, thank you so much for that inspiration. Maybe just share a little bit about where your mindset is at right now. So those of you who don't know, Sana and Mark own Jazz Studio or Salon? Salon in Washington, the state of Washington. So thank you for being here, dear.
Oh, thank you. So my mindset right now was, like you were saying, I've been wanting to have a day off and wanting to not get on an airplane. And it's just absolutely insane that now I've got so many days off and I can't really get on an airplane. So for me, it kind of almost was a downward spiral when I was listening to the news and all of a sudden everything was closing in. And I thought I need to start sharing my craft and start sharing what I love to do and going on a journey, because if I don't, I'm going to continue to spiral downward. And so it's my way of pressing back against that pressure that's coming in on me right now. And so what I'm finding is that when I create, there's an equilibrium that I can create. And instead of it pressing on me, I'm starting to push back against it. So that's what I'm doing as an artist. And I feel like many people need to create in order to fulfill our purpose. Many artists
Stop
need to create.
doing that with your nose.
I love it. And
That's what I'm doing right now.
You guys are closed now, right, Sana?
yeah.
What do you mean close?
Close.
Oh, yeah, closed or close.
And how long?
We've only been closed for 2 days, but it feels like a week. Seriously, 2 weeks.
It's going to be what, 6 to 8 weeks?
I don't know, Gino. They told us 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's
So
very
right
nice.
now, my clients are all freaking out. I've
Yeah.
opened up extra days, so I'm scheduling clients from this week and next week onto.
I'm busy doing something for
2
school.
weeks.
I
And
get
it's
some hours for this. Sit right here. Sit right here.
If you guys are unmuted, please mute your
I'm
line.
hugging you, but you need to sit over here.
There are a lot of people on
I know. I
our
can't
page
control
right
that.
now
Pay attention. You're on my neck.
haven't been closed yet. They don't know what's to come, and I really do think it's going to happen to all 50 states. I think
I do too.
eventually we'll all be closed. It just so happens that you happen to be in a state that was one of the first states to do it. And
Right.
I was thinking about, what do we do as leaders? Wait, somebody's got a baby that's not on mute. Who's ever there with their kids, put your whatever it is on mute.
Thank you, Gina. I've been trying to mute people. Some people didn't activate their voice there, so hopefully that did it. Thank you, people. Go ahead, Gina.
Much better. There we go.
Oh, there's the
So,
baby again.
I thought about you guys because I've been talking also with Scott Massad. And,
Whoever that is with the child, can you please mute your line?
Oscar, just go to the bottom bar and hit the mute all and then unmute Gina.
Okay, thanks, brother.
exactly. Thank you, Derek. Dear God, he's what we need more of. Someone.
Hold on,
with
Gina.
answers.
I'm gonna mute all, then I gotta unmute you manually. Stand
Okay.
by.
Said my most important stuff, but I think I was muted. I'm sorry.
Go
You'll
ahead.
have to
You're good now.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was really good. I can't remember, but it was really good stuff. Anyway, I want to go ahead and turn it over to you, and I know that Nikki has some great stuff that she wants to share, especially with the salon owners that are here. Here's what I want to say to all of you. This is the beginning of probably a long journey. It's not going to end in 2 weeks. It's probably not going to end in 4 weeks, and it's not going to be easy. So I thought I would open giving you what I believe are my most important things to start with, and that would be this. Immediately put together a budget and think about streamlining everything. You're going to have no money coming in for a while. Just to give you an example, I have no money coming in for the next 6 months. So you have to look at what's important and what's not. Also understand that when we do come back on, it's going to be very, very busy, very, very fast. And I think it's important that we all do things like tonight. I'm happy to see so many people and so many friends and so many of Nikki and my friends from Mentor and Masters that are here tonight to just share with us the fact that there's something about if you're going down, it's nice to go down with people you know. It's nice to go down with company and friends. So it's good to have that camaraderie. But I made a simple list. I'd like to do it first, and then I'll give everybody else a chance to do theirs, and we'll talk. Here's what I've heard running through the country. We've got 5 states that are now closed completely to doing salon operations: Ohio, Nevada, Washington, Milwaukee, Kentucky, and as of tonight at 12, New Jersey. So there's going to be more starting tomorrow. I think we should look at just a few ideas if you happen to be here and you're a salon owner to support your staff. One thing we could do is we could begin to FaceTime our customers and offer them an opportunity. I know that locally here, some bartenders have offered their favorite customers an opportunity to tip them a year in advance and then not have to tip them throughout the year so that they can get the money. Now don't be confused by the fact that you are going to get some money from the federal government. It's not going to be a lot. It's not going to come a lot. And it's really not going to be the answer. No one has the actual answers, but perhaps how many of you here are salon owners? Can you just raise your hand and point to me? Here's a couple things you could do. why don't you give your staff an opportunity to sell retail to their neighbors and friends like Girl Scout cookies? Set up someplace and give them a chance to sell their retail and give them very high commission in return. Give them a chance to make some money. Everybody here that's not closed yet should be thinking about what you're going to do when you do get closed, because you're going to get closed. We're not even near where we're going to go. So perhaps something with retail sales where they can bring products home, they can sell them, and you can give them a large percentage of commission. Or how about if we offer customers an opportunity to pre-book now for the next 6 months, and they'll get priority booking on a crazy schedule the minute that we open? Just a way to liquidate and bring in more money as we move along, because we're all going to need a little more money. Last but not least, I want to suggest that you take a tight look at your budget and eliminate whatever you don't need, and maybe get ready for these lean times. I've been writing, I've been reading, I've been studying. The greatest thing you can do right now is look to fill that gap between where you are and where you could be, and where is the information you can fill that gap with. I mean, my dog doesn't ever want this to end. She's so excited. She wants this to last forever. And I think there are a lot of people and a lot of animals that feel the same way. So there's my gist for things to come. I know Ivan, Nikki, you've got a couple great things you want to add. I know you do, Oscar, and I would really love to take advantage of Mark and Sauna's wisdom, and certainly of Mary and Philip.
We got Roderick. We got some players in the house.
And I thought, wait a minute, wait a minute. There's Roderick and Lauren.
Yes.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too,
How are you?
Well, we're hanging in there.
Living
Yeah,
the
I hear
dream.
you. Yeah. Drink up.
Salute.
I left my red cup somewhere over here. I'll be right back.
There's Miss Nikki. Why don't we throw it to you? And you said you had a huge gift for the industry. Unwrap that puppy.
So I'm typing you guys notes to send over to everybody. Is that okay? As I'm listening, can I take notes a little bit, and then I'm gonna land it later because I have a lot to say about the loans and stuff like that. Okay. So maybe Mary or whoever, Philip or whoever would like to say something.
I got some people to hand it off to as well. Okay, thank you, Nikki.
I'm more thorough with what I'm typing. So
Thank you. Okay. Where is my Michelle Miller? I've never had to flip through so many pages to find you. Oh, there you are. I'm going to unmute you. Okay. So Michelle, for me, is on page 3 right now. Her tag is Wholeness Center. And Michelle is the COO of Wholeness Center, an amazing, huge spa in New York, in Nyack, just outside of the city. And you guys closed day before yesterday?
Monday. Our last day was Tuesday.
Tuesday. And I've noticed on social media a few things that you guys are kind of playing with. And last night was your first activity, which was a meditation session provided by one of your practitioners. And it was a live. I know, Mary, you shared the link. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And you just put that out free to the community. And there was like 400 views as of this morning or so.
Yes.
Fantastic.
It was a huge success, but not only the views, it was the comments back that we were getting, how much people needed it.
Correct.
I have people from California, like just all over the place. We're in New York. So it was really humbling and wonderful.
And on a short note, you and I shared on your coaching call a few hours ago, a couple of things that you guys are doing right now on social. And could you share 2 or 3 of those that you had shared with me that you guys are playing with right now?
Sure. So, closing Tuesday, I probably went into full speed ahead. How am I going to get through this? Now, as of today, I'm exhausted. So one thing I wanted to say is my approach is not the greatest. I went in, I just panicked and went right in, and now I'm really tired. So go at it slow. Some people that I know say, just breathe, right? Just breathe. Breath is life. So I have to keep telling myself that. So anyway, through the breathing, we did create I got right on a call with my social media person, and we started creating a schedule, different than the one we already had in place.
Correct.
So the meditation was very successful. Friday is and we don't even do yoga in our place. We used to, but not anymore. We're doing a mommy and me yoga for Friday morning. People stuck home with their kids. Then this weekend we're going to do another meditation, and we'll probably do that now once a week, which we always did anyway. That was something that we offered free. Also within that, obviously, how to sell our retail. So I've been coming up with care packages and like grouping them together.
Yeah.
Some of the packages, so that hopefully people, and planting the seeds, send it to someone you love who's stuck in,
Wow.
care packages. So, so we're creating some of those. Obviously, we'll get around to maybe next week doing a facial. How to do a facial at home.
So a little tutorial for that for your
Yep. Pressure points, how to do pressure points on someone that you love, how they can do pressure points on you. And that will probably be done I have 22 employees. None of them want to be on video.
Correct.
None of them. I don't even have one shining star, and I include myself in there. So I just said them, just take pictures, and then we'll put the wording to it. So that's how we're moving forward. And then also that feeling of like a tooth was pulled out of my mouth, my practitioners, my staff. So we did set up a call for next week on Zoom to touch base, and they were very, very appreciative of that.
Wow.
So that's some of the things.
So thank you so much for that. And for all of you who know what this is when you're muted, this is called a silent standing ovation.
Well, that was beautiful.
Michelle.
That was really beautiful. Very well done. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I know it's hard work, and there's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, and the hardest thing is the unknown. And how do we encounter the unknown, face it, and kind of make it work for us? But I know I had a conversation earlier with Nikki and Iva, and Nikki said one of the things, and I don't want to steal her thunder, she said one of the things I'm talking about is what a great time to get reconnected with your family and get involved with your family. And I think the first thing I do is, and I don't have a salon, but I do have a business, and I know what it's like to look at absolutely all of my work canceling. However, I'm not a dumb guy. I mean, I've got money put away. We're not going to starve to death. We're not dumb people. We're smart. We're ready for it. But still, the panic does set in. And it's like, oh my God, what's happening? And what do we do next? And where are we going to go? And how do you navigate in waters that no one's ever been in? And I'll tell you, I hung up the phone after talking to Nikki and Iva, and I thought, that's kind of what we have been doing. We've been kind of getting back into the family and slowing down a little bit and looking at the yard and realizing this is going to be a financial year that'll basically be a disaster for everyone. So forget about money and making money right now. Think about getting by. Think about what you're going to do to make it to the next step, and then the next step, the next step. And then next year we'll start making money again. That kind of situation. But I know Nikki's going to talk about that. I just want to say to Nikki and Iva that meant so much to me. I hung up the phone, took a couple deep breaths, and thought, you know what? We're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And the great thing about us, all of us that are here tonight, this is my family. Many of you are my family, and we are going to help each other get through whatever it takes to get to the next level. There's no doubt in my mind. So thank you all so much.
Well, damn, Gino, after that, I think I need the whole freaking bottle.
I'm right there with you, baby. I brought the bottle up just in case we're here for a while. So I'm ready to roll.
Ice. I'm ready to reload if I have to. But yeah, now she's silent ovation.
There you go.
Oh, I was hoping we'd have some laughs.
Wait, I have an important question. When you said somebody was on page 3, how do I do that? I have one page.
On the sides of the screen. Do you have everybody on screen or just you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 20 people.
Okay, so well, you should have 25 because that's how many fit. But there should be an arrow on each side of your screen to click one side or the other to go forward. Like right in the middle of the middle row on the side edges of the screen as an arrow to go to page 2 or page 3.
Yeah. No, I don't have an arrow.
And then you might be in speaker view. No, you said you had 20 people on your screen.
No, 25.
Okay, well then you should have a little arrow icon on one side of your screen or the other that has page 2 and page 3.
Dirty bastards. I don't.
It's like the programs of a hair show, Gino, when you're on the digital program.
I hate that.
That's how you turn the page.
All right, never mind, but just know that who's ever on page 2 or page 3, I can't see you, but I love you. I'm pushing every arrow on my screen.
Don't push that too many because then you'll disappear on us.
Okay, I don't want. All right. Well, love you. Thanks for joining us and chime in. Let's
Absolutely.
have some fun.
There was a hand raised a little while ago on somebody's. Let me see who that was.
Hey, Oscar.
Yes,
If
sir.
you got a minute, I just wanted to give a quick shout to the
Is that
group,
Derek?
if that's all right.
Is that Derek?
Yes. Hi,
Yeah,
Derek.
it is.
I got to go back to
Hey, guys, how are you? Hey, Nikki, how's everybody in the group?
Hi, Derek.
There, Derek. Thank you,
So
sir.
on Tuesday night, we had a sort of like this, right? A live in our salon owners group. So we had 500 salons live. And
Damn.
I just wanted to go over for anybody that's in here that's a salon owner for some of the things you can do to relieve your stress levels. It may not help at all, but just a couple ideas. Number one, make sure you're applying for your SBA loans. As of tomorrow, most of the states will be online for the economic disaster loans. I can share the link to Nikki and she can post it up to the group if you don't have it already. Super important. I've got the owners applying for it already because it's about a 2-week backlog. That's just a gap loan to get through the emergency. Your employees, make sure you share the unemployment links for them and try and make them whole if you can, if they're not eligible for unemployment. I know it's going to be hard for all of us, but we want our employees to come back. One of the other things I said in the group last night was that I'm going to look at this as the great beauty reset, right? This is really going to change the industry. We've had so many owners for so long flying under the radar, not running their businesses properly. For you owners that are in this group, I know you're running your business properly. That's why you're here tonight. But all those people that aren't running properly, there's going to be plenty of people to hire from this point forward.
Right on,
And-
Derek.
And
Right on.
I think this we could call this the beauty business reset, right? And what we need to do is, I fall back to my Marine training. What we need to do right now is front sight focus, which is look down the sight of the gun and forget about everything else that's going around, all the chitter chatter. Calm our minds and look at our goal. And this is the time to do that right now. We should be concentrating on our business, what our business is going to look like when we come out of this, right? And are we the person looking back from that point? What we're doing right now, are we being the person we wanted to look back at? I think that's important, right? So use this time, use it wisely. Like Gino said, definitely enjoy your time with your family. I think it's a beautiful time to, and Nikki said it also, to be close to the ones around you. You don't have a choice. Maybe at the end of 2 weeks, we might want to kill each other. Either that or the liquor stores will be empty, one or the other. But in reality, I want all of you to focus on your business. Even us coaches that are in here, let's focus. Let's get together, and we can talk about this later. But let's do something called the Beauty Business Reset or something.
I love it. Very well said.
Be ready.
Count me in. Let's do it. I love it.
Yeah, Michelle and I were talking about that on her call today about there's going to be, I'm not trying to be negative, but there will be a new hiring pool on the other side.
Oh, yeah. And you should be, so a couple other things. You should be, number one, already advertising for that, saying, hey, if you're looking to come to a salon in the future who you can get unemployment benefits from and all those other things, I run my salon right, whereas yours might not have, I'm going to be hiring.
Beautiful.
Talk to me now. Okay. Very important. Okay. The other couple things, your existing staff, get on lives with them every other night. Don't let them sit around and worry. Calm their minds. Okay. Same thing with your clients. Get on lives with them. Send out whatever communication platform you have. Send out emails, text messages, voicemail drops, whatever you can. Keep your customers in the loop Service your customers at home because it will build loyalty, right? I've got right now some of my coaching clients that are actually sending color kits by Uber Eats to their clients.
I love it.
I love it.
Hey, look, right? You got to get your side hustle on right now. If you got to pay your bills and your landlord isn't waiving your rent, you've got to get them paid. So get your side hustle on right now. We're beauty practitioners, but we're also salespeople. Use every tool at your disposal, right? Super duper important. So, you know, I know a lot of people are leery about selling color kits, right? But if you got single process customers, and some of you may say not be comfortable with this, I am, okay? Make your kits, do a video on how to apply it, or get on a live consultation over Facebook Live and ship that kit out. Because if you don't, Madison Reed or L'Oreal or somebody else is going to beat you to the punch.
You are right on. You are right on. What a great thinker.
Thanks, Gino.
Just jumping in as a, Derek, if I could piggyback on that, just jumping in as a brainstorming to that, that might be a sellable service, doing a video consultation and kind of, I'm saying this out loud, I'm hearing myself say we're going to lose that client later because we're going to
no, you're absolutely right, Oscar.
do it. But who knows? Because who knows how long this shit's going on.
You got that
exactly.
Right.
You know, people are
It's a
saying
learning
4 weeks,
curve,
but
guys. It's a learning curve.
This is an 8-week thing.
All of this is a learning curve. So any idea, if you don't like it, don't poo-poo it. Try it, think it through, give it thought. You gotta, you know, there's some things will work for some people, some things won't work for some other people. The fact of the matter is we have to get super creative. We're very creative people. We're absolutely creative people. So you got to give it a shot and then have a learning curve.
Attaboy, Derek. He's learning quick, man. Welcome to the group. Thank you, Nikki. So are you good, or you still got some more, Derek?
Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on. You know me, but I'm going to put it up to other people. So
okay, so you're good there. Thanks, Derek. Roderick and Lauren, can you guys jump on in?
Hi there.
What's going on, everybody?
Thank y'all. So why don't you share with everybody where you all are at, how big your salon is, and what's going on with you? When did you guys close and when?
We well, so we actually are in the school business now. We closed our actual salon back in August, so just in time to have a new business during this. So
you're with Larry on the new venture, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's a little scary being a new venture and going through this because you're already cash strapped and, you know, just trying to get through the first year. So, you know, the first thing we did was apply for a loan with our bank. So we did that. We're looking for possibly some SBA help next. Trying not to panic. I'm sort of in like quiet mode right now. You know, Roderick, we sort of operate different in emergency.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, he's been on his computer, head down, working, and I'm just sort of spinning in circles around the house for the next couple days.
Well, you know, I think, you know, for a lot of us, it's we have to have a different mindset. So for me, having a positive mental attitude is going to help not only just steer my family, but also my business and the current students that we have. So, you know, and I don't mind is a dangerous thing. So I just make sure that I keep my head down. I got to keep my grind on. You know, there's a lot of other distractions that are out there, but I think it's important for us as salon professionals, as school owners, to just keep moving forward. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, everybody talks about failure, but it's not failure until you stop, right? So if you just continue to keep moving forward, I think, you know, Gino talks about this all the time, act as if. You know, act as if you're still in business. Act as if you still got to service your clients. One of the good things for us is
I showered today. It's a good thing. I'm really showering.
I hope so. One of the good things for us is that we have an online platform where now our students can get long distance, get distance learning hours, and do it from home. So, you know, making use of technology, I think that's next, especially in the school business. You got a lot of schools that have a very antiquated way of education.
Well, we're seeing those schools had to put their students on LOAs. So at least we're able to allow our students to continue to accrue hours, which means from, you know, an FSA standpoint that we're still able to make money. and it's nowhere near what it should be. We're not able to start our new classes. All of it seems a little scary, but I feel like there will be help. So I keep reminding myself of that. They're not going to let every business in the country close, and that's literally what would happen if this continues. So, I'm nervous for money, but I also feel like we're all very resourceful people, or we wouldn't be where we are. And we're going to be able to navigate this and find the solution. There's a solution to every problem. So it's just a matter of finding it. And I'll probably have a lot more ideas next week. I'm like mid-process, spinning in circles. So, next week I'll probably have a plan. For right now, I'm just trying to figure out our new normal. And I did shower, so we're finding our new normal.
Thank you so much for sharing, and you're absolutely correct, especially everybody that we're in various states in the country around here, that everybody's happened at a different level, so everybody's going to process in a different time. But
Right.
what I can say around that is live in the shit for a minute if you have to.
Yeah.
My brother has a really fun saying that he said it's okay to be a victim for a while, but set your alarm clock, and when the buzzer goes off, get back to your life.
Right.
I think we need to live in the pain and just acknowledge it. Me, I just want to throw my head in the sand, or I just want to do so much stuff, but that doesn't change anything either. I think it's going to take pauses and reflections. And I did a little exercise with Michelle this afternoon on her coaching call when she shared, she was real and honest and shared that she was pissed off at the world a couple days ago. And I'm sure we all are, at the universe and God or whatever, like, how could this be happening? And I was taught from one of my old coaches how to work on a new perspective. So, there's 3 states of being: mental, physical, and emotional. If you change one, you change them all. And the easiest one is to change is physical. So when we kind of get in our heads and we know we're there, boom, do something physical. But one of my physical acts I do to get out of my state of being and or bad perspective is I make a circle about 5 inches diameter. I break it in half vertically, break it in half horizontally, so I have 4 quadrants. On the outside of the circle, I write my current perspective. I can't believe this is happening. Oh my God, the money, the business, the this or that, whatever's going on the outside. And then on each quadrant on the interior, what's an alternative perspective you can choose? This too shall pass. Hey, there's going to be great hiring opportunities on the other end of this, and whatever else you can think of. And you'll be surprised, in 30 seconds, you can literally take yourself out of that hole that you might have turned into Tuesday and Thursday and Sunday.
I love your thinking, Oscar, and I love your quadrant idea. And I think it's important I try to go around town and remind everyone, and on the phone, remind my entire family, let's not lose sight of one thing. Nobody here has the coronavirus. You have no idea how bad this thing is and how bad it could be. You have no idea about even the young people that are getting it, the residual effects in your lungs and your ability to breathe as you get older. We are very fortunate. We're doing it right. We're staying focused and fine-tuned. We're staying home. We're doing the things we have to do. And we're pretty damn lucky that we haven't gotten it, because a lot of people have. I mean, even a lot of our people, I've talked with a lot of our people that all of a sudden are testing positive. And I know that, be prepared, because when the tests really do come out, there's going to be a massive amount of positivity. I just talked to my cousin in Italy today, and he said the death toll in Italy was so bad today that the doctors and nurses and hospital staff refused to remove them. They had to call the army to come and take the dead people out. So, it's more than sometimes putting life in perspective. It's sometimes being careful where you let your thinking take you. And be thankful that we're all here together, that we all have an opportunity, that hair is going to continue to grow, that nails and skin are going to continue to need help. We're going to be okay. We just have to make sure that we create a plan that gets us through this period of time until we're done. That's all.
Awesome. I'll do that. I'll do some silent standing ovation on that one.
I'm right there with you, baby. I'm right there with you.
Definitely. Okay, I think it's time for a team breath and a sip.
You got it. I wonder, do I mean, probably the smartest people on the page are Philip and Mary Wilson. Do they want to? Oh, maybe not Mary, because she's shaking her head no. maybe Philip wants to tell.
Unmute it a bit.
Philip's filled with wisdom. Maybe he wants to tell
Go ahead,
us something.
Mary.
Philip, do you want to say something?
I'm trying to get, there you
Okay,
go.
got it. It says the host would like you to unmute.
Damn it, listen. You're supposed to listen to your host.
I know, I was reading it. I got to put my glasses on to be able to read. So first of all, I just want to say thank you, Oscar, for hosting this. The more that we interact with each other, the more we feel as one. We are in California. We have been in the last month in Washington. We've been in Oregon. We've been at the epicenter of all that is happening. I think that, as we're all saying, we could be 2 weeks, silly to think probably, or we could be 12 weeks or longer. And that what we can all do right now is to compel everyone to stay in their homes and everyone to get off the streets and take this seriously, because it's one thing to say, as you said, Gino said, we don't necessarily know someone that has this. We probably do know someone that has this. Maybe we have it. So the sooner we can all rally to encourage people to make it happen now, the sooner we can return to economic growth and development. We too are a small business. We started in the last year, Roderick, and sorry, you guys.
Lauren.
Lauren, I love you. The sooner everyone gets on board, the sooner we can return. And there are great business opportunities. If ever there was a time in the history of the world where all small businesses supported each other, I think we're going to come out of this with that. And what we're doing is we're looking at two things that we can do as a small independent manufacturer of hair care is how can we support our clients in getting product to their consumers to help them make money and keep us afloat as well. So we're working on some ideas, some local and hopefully some national.
You mean like shipping direct to their clients?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
Because we are a direct business and we can do it. So
Nice service.
we track through zip codes, and at this point, in being a small company under a year old, I believe that we could do this in a way where we could be really ethical about it and make sure that we were able to give the salons the ability to receive that percentage back. So we're working on that, and then of course moving forward, just like sauna, we're going to have education. We're going to have free education. We also, like Gino, had to cancel 5 hands-on workshops. So we're looking at, can we do live demos that will allow us to then have some, ship the combs and brushes and join us in a, hands-on workshop for a small fee. Because in the days ahead, people are going to want that connection, and they're going to need to be fed creativity. I love
Mary,
doing.
it is the perfect time.
Yeah, it is, maybe not yet. I think not yet.
Well, no, but very soon to develop that learning curve. And I know that Nikki and I talked today about, look, we've got 5 great programs coming up. We've decided we're going to be able to put all of them on Zoom. We're going to have everything online and give people really an opportunity to move from where they are to where they could be. I think if everyone had a small amount of focus on, this is a great time for you to learn you, study you, grow you, look at how you fill that gap. I think your thinking is right on. I wouldn't expect anything less from either one of you, but your thinking is right on.
Yeah, so like the rest of you, we are optimistic about the future, and we will start to prepare for what that can look like. We don't know. There is that unknown. Yep, optimistic. And also, I think, just again, please everyone, in every way that you can, encourage people to take this seriously, or we're going to be longer. It's like anything. If we all participate and everyone gets on board, and whatever, it's not political, it's literally saying it's time to do our part.
But here's something I wanted to touch on.
Oh boy, I thought I'm sorry, Mary used all of your time. Can you just be quick?
We could reset with the cocktail. There's the birdie.
Maybe
Oh,
Philip
by
can
the
be
way,
your guest next week.
wait. All you
Wait.
people on a different time zone, this is what we're doing in California.
Tea.
Oh,
Afternoon
you're a
tea.
quitter. It's only 3 o'clock over there. What the hell?
I
Come
know, we
on.
could be drinking, but we're not.
But you and I have spent a lot of time together last year.
Yes.
And here's something I'd like to put in your mind. Mary and I, we did do something different. Getting in an RV that was wrapped, we hit 43 states, 25,000 miles, and we've just done another 5,000. And here's my take on it. I'm 50 years doing this. I've never been here either, and I don't know anyone that has. 1, 2. I agree when you say, with all the great inspirational and business speakers I've listened to, I appreciate what you're saying. And here's the thing. We're in the trenches. We're salon owners. We're stylists from behind the chair. There are those that aren't prepared for this. And there's those smart ones, as you rightfully said, that have put a financial amount away. They're able to weather this out. But here's what we have found through these incredible tours that we've just done. There's a 3-tier spectrum to our industry. There are those that have done okay financially, but that's bullshit if anyone thinks that that's the ones, that's a generalization of our industry. Here's a reality check.
3, 5.
Listen, this is a real fucking reality check.
Bring it.
We have been out there so long seeing hundreds and hundreds of salons, not a couple, not a few in a room, not a few in a theater, actual real in the trench salons that can just get by each and every week, just scrape by. Then there's those that can get by on a monthly basis. I look at it as a 3-tier scenario. We've got to help every single tier. We can't sit and say that it's the ones that have made money that can financially support themselves through this. There's those that can't, but they really are desperate to stay in an industry they're passionate about and they love. I'm 50 years doing this, and I'm as passionate today as I was the day I started. The key to it is we got to help everyone through the entire spectrum. And I know what everyone's going through when they start a new business. As Mary said, we're doing the same. But it's got to be a situation to where you've got to talk to everybody. You don't sniper or keyhole certain people, certain salons. I would rather go to the bottom tier that are desperate to stay there and say, here's something that will help you. Come up with that. That's what we've got to do. Help all levels, not just those that survive.
Atta girl, Bethany. I agree. Thank you, Philip. You know,
I like what Lauren said about that you're local, state, national. They're not going to let all small businesses fail. So look for those resources, what is available to you. Thank you, Derek, for saying apply now for those small business loans, because some of us say, well, we've got a little bit of money put away, we'll wait, but it could take months for it to happen. So thank you for that. I said to Philip, we really should do that. Whether we use that money or not, it's available to us and we should. So
I think you get it. Listen, we already got a whole bunch, and Barbara spent most of it on vodka, wine, and Jameson's. So we're just in case that the supply line shut down for the next year.
Do not blame
okay.
Barb.
Listen,
Guys,
thank the Small Business Administration. And I know that, you know what, if I could interrupt Nikki, let us have it. I know Nikki's got some great SBA info that she wants to share with everybody.
Thank you, Philip and Mary.
Yeah,
You guys are, I love you guys. I wish I was on that couch in Palm Springs with both of you. And I know there's a bottle of Jameson's at your house that I never finished drinking.
Doesn't mean they did it.
Oh, no.
Just, you know, you're right. Get these SBA loans and pay off your higher interest loans right now, even if you don't need them. Period.
You're exactly right, Derek.
Thanks, Derek. Miss Nikki.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, Mamacita.
I'm going to be as efficient as I possibly can.
Okay.
I tend to be all business and less inspirational. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'll leave the inspiration to the inspiring people. But I would like to first of all point out. Hang on. I'm just recording this. I'm just going to turn the phone. Do you mind? Hold on. Hi guys.
Did you sign the waiver?
I have a couple salon owners. Like, please record and send to me. So
the whole video. Just so you know, Nick, I'm going to launch the whole video as well after later.
Okay, perfect. I think that's a beautiful idea.
Thank you.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say I would like to address a few key issues that I think everyone is a little worried about. And I think that's like, what do we do now with all this time, right? So I think for creative individuals who are so used to running a mile a minute or 100 miles a minute and just going 1,000 miles, just not knowing what to do and always busy, and we're always investing in our business as small entrepreneurs and small business entrepreneurs do, we kind of lose sight of when we don't have anything to do. We get a little crazy, we get a little stir crazy, we get a little bit panicky, we start to think, oh God, what do? We start creating all kinds of things. You know, boredom and a lot of time can lead to a lot of disastrous stuff sometimes, as we all know, right? Do you guys agree with me?
Yes.
So I'd like the first thing to do to address with you guys is how to fill your time first. So if you have the 2 weeks or the 3 weeks or whatever, you know, Gina was saying, we don't know if this is going to be 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Here's what I think. I think we need to make a plan for a solid 3 months. And I think that 3-month plan has to include financial security. It has to include, at the very least, if you don't have the savings, we now have to make a plan about how we're going to survive. And when you're applying for these loans, you have to think about what that dollar amount is going to be. They're going to ask you, what do you need? And you need to understand what your business needs. You can't just give them a nilly-willy number. You have to really understand. And it has to be outside of just rent and expenses, because if you're going to be closed down for a month or 6 weeks or 2 weeks or however long that is, you have to understand what your invoices are. So you got to go back to your invoices. You got to understand what you business.
You're freezing up, Nikki.
What's happening?
I think her internet is freezing up a little bit.
It's not me, right?
No, sir, not at the moment.
Thank you.
Let's wait for her to catch back up here.
Yeah, catch back up. She must have they moved to the cheap internet because they have less money now. So they downgraded their Melody. I just said to you.
Gino's drinks are officially kicking in, you all. I've seen this.
This is the beginning of the future that we can, that was, Nikki, are you there?
She's still frozen on my screen.
Yeah.
Next call is going to be called Gino and Buzzed. Oh my God. We'll pause her for a moment until they come back.
Beautiful. I know that she's got a lot to share, and I know that
there she is.
Here they come.
You've been frozen. You were frozen.
Are you back?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Am I back?
Yeah. You know what?
You got to get the better.
You were gone. Gino's buzz is kicking in. He said, "Oh, you got the cheap internet because you don't have any more money."
I'm sure. All right. So the bill is called the Families First Coronavirus Response Act, and the number for it is H.R.6201. You guys need to look it up, and you need to read it. What they're talking about for the families and what the bill that they're trying to get passed. There's not enough time on this call to go over every item, but you can read. You need to understand it. So guess what you're going to do with killing your time? You better start reading everything that's available out there. So in this, normally the laws are a small business owner under 50 employees and over 500 do not have to pay for paid sick leave. But I believe this act is trying to reverse that to some degree.
Oh my God.
You will have to consider 2/3 of income to your staff. My big question that I still don't understand yet is how do we calculate commission if there is no commission at 2/3 numbers? So I don't know that yet, but when I do, I will post about it.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to come down to averages over X period of time.
Well, and it's a great point because I'd say 60% of the salons don't even know they don't keep their numbers.
Correct.
I mean, it's really
going to be starting to do the setup of what you need to be doing with your time.
It's really time. You're right.
And so this bill, number one, print it out, read it, take notes, call people. If you have questions, you don't really understand it, you got to understand what this is doing, because once they pass this, it's going to change the way you're doing business. Number 2, the
For
SBA.
a second, Nikki, was that from the post that you put on your page earlier?
I can share that with you guys, but honestly, if you just pull up and Google HR 6201 Families First Coronavirus Act, you will get the entire thing printed out. I mean,
Roger
laid out.
that. Thank you, dear.
You need to read it and read it in detail. The next thing, and not to panic anyone or anything like that, but to understand. So let's talk about the SBA a little bit, because I know that's what everyone is trying to do, and I know some of you might have to leave the call. I want to get that out of the way. I had the great honor and benefit of speaking with someone from the SBA directly, one of the directors, and he was telling me that a little bit about these injury disaster loans that are happening. Derek also understands a little bit.
Nikki, excuse me, did you say he was telling you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a guy. So you guys, something special?
Stop it, Gino. Oh my God.
I'm just putting it out there. So we have a tight connection to the SBA, it seems.
I do.
Okay, please
I'm
continue.
gonna put you on mute next here in a minute.
I'm in the meeting. I'm in it. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So here are the recommendations from the director, one of the directors of the SBA. First of all, time is a wasting. You have to do it tomorrow morning or tonight. There's no time. As soon as you get done with this call, set aside a couple of hours, get on the website. It's sba.gov. I will share this. I wrote up an entire recommendation sheet for you based on the notes. I will share that to you, Oscar, to share into the group. Is that okay? And then I will also post this to all of the forums so that you guys can follow that. The websites are on there. The links are on there. Let me run through really quickly what you will need. If you have time on your hands and you want to get one of these disaster loans in process, you have to make sure that you get the process started. Calling them is not the process, okay? Calling them and getting them into contact with somebody. And Derek shared onto his Facebook page, Salon Owner Mastermind. He shared the link directly to it, as I will with this as well. There's a contact number right on that. Put a phone call in and don't let it stop. Persist like crazy and make sure that you guys are just like dead on and stay on their ass. Like don't drop it at all. Okay. Don't let them tell you no or push you around or whatever. And they're all very helpful right now. The SBA, by the way, told me that, that they had a phone call today for 4,000 people on a webinar, including lenders and including other SBA people, to work out the kinks as soon as possible to get this shit in order. So they are trying their best to really, they understand the need and they're going to make sure that they take care of you. And that's their intentions. Just know that.
Good.
So they want you to start as early as possible. They want you to create a business overview so that you have it when they ask you the questions, you understand what it is right now, meaning how much staff do you have? What is the general compensation that you have to pay? What's your payroll every pay period, monthly, biweekly, whatever that is.
Nikki, should we mention to them that we have an insider that's close to us? No? Okay.
So they want you to post daily revenue, weekly revenue, monthly revenue, annual, and then what your client traffic is like on a regular basis and how much loss that you've seen. So you need to start tracking some of that loss. They want you, this in your state or your region, it will not be applicable to you unless the governor has stated and requested that the state be considered a disaster zone, which there's some preliminary qualifications. One of them is 5 businesses that are in your local region that fall under the same issues, meaning like your businesses have to shut down because of the mandatory coronavirus. That would be considered a disaster in your area, and 5 salons would be shut down for that, which more than qualifies a lot of you. So I think that definitely qualifies.
If I may, just so, and just to give you a quick update, I just spoke to a senator today, and he said that last night the House met to release the rule to make it easier for states to declare it statewide for the emergency status. So in other words, as of yesterday, there were only 10 states that it was available in, and it should be, from what I'm being told, by tomorrow, it should be available in all states statewide without county rules. So
that would
again,
be a really good thing, because a lot of people
get on it. Yeah, get on it. Get these loans filled out. I mean, sooner you're on, you'll get the money quicker than everybody else.
Thank you so much. We need more people like you, Derek. Stay on them.
So the link is SBA sba.gov/disaster.com. So again, I will be copied into here, and it's posted to Salon Owner Mastermind as well. They said also, if you are confused through this process at all, if it's overwhelming to you or it's just something that you find challenging, they actually have free confidential mentoring management counseling through the SBA as well. It's through their national chapter called SCORE. So, but let them know, let your contact know, I'm confused. I don't know how to get this done. I'm a business owner, but I don't understand the process. Help me. Can I get some of the counseling? So you have to ask for it. But again, be diligent about asking for it, and they will help you, and they will give you a personal coach to walk you through that process if need be. They want you to know. Yeah.
Nikki, if I can, to piggyback on what you're saying, also, if there are some states that just instituted a short bridge loan, Florida was one of the first. So they'll actually give you free money right now until you get approved by the loan.
That's
for the
great.
SBA.
Are there
Use all your resources.
Are there qualifications for that bridge loan?
Pretty much no. It's almost free money. It's to get you by until you get your loan as a small business owner.
And where is do you go to the SBA.gov for that as well?
So no, you have to go to your state economic business, whatever business development in the individual states. Not all of them have it, but if your state has it, I know Florida was the first to do it. Check with your state resources and make sure you make these phone calls. Don't let off. This money is for all of us, right? Even us coaches. Me as a business coach, right? I'm losing all my coaching clients. I have a software platform. Everybody's calling me already and asking to freeze the payments.
Right.
We all are going to need something to get through this. So like Gino said earlier, right? So we're in this as a group, and let's make it happen. Let's share this information together. Thanks, Nikki. You're awesome.
You're welcome. So he did say not every business qualifies. So you got to make sure that if you don't qualify, I have a secondary resource and a third resource for you guys. So if the SBA loans aren't the direction that it's going to be opened up to you for whatever reason in your qualification process, there are other ones, subprime loans and private lenders that can help you as well. So there's a lot of money out there for that. But I will give you those contacts all in here as well. So you'll have all of that. All right. So the other criteria, it's typically very, very stringent, but they did say that they are relaxing a significant amount of those requirements and qualifications. So don't feel overwhelmed. Don't say, oh, we'll never qualify for this reason or that. Just push through it and just go through the process, because then you'll never know, because most of the time they can lead you to another group that can help you. Some of those groups that can help you, let me write that, and again, it's on here as well. The small business development centers in the region, SBA can contact you with those people. Women's business development centers for women in business, they can really help you, and then they have free money given to them as well. Veterans business outreach, if you're a veteran, this is also another way that you can probably find some dollars if you don't qualify for some of the SBA loans, but SBA can connect you with them. So here are the forms that you need. You need to start getting the forms that you need in order now, so that when you are going through the process of actually getting in contact on the phone with somebody, they're going to ask you for these forms. So just might as well get it done. So the forms are going to be on SBA website. SBA Form 5, 2202, 413, 1368. You're going to need an IRS form called you get it if you pull up irs.gov, just search for the 450.
You can just put any kind of numbers on there. I mean, I never made those things clear. I just put stuff on there they don't know. They can't figure. Nikki, yeah. Can we make this available to them via text or email?
I will.
They'll email you?
Yes. Yeah. I just want you guys to start getting
go through it. But everybody that doesn't have it, you can email Nikki. Nikki will share her life with you if it'll help you be better at who you are and what you do. She will.
You know. So the IRS form is 4506T, and then you'll need your most recent tax returns. And then for the principals, meaning the owners of the company, you're going to need all of your schedules, K1s and whatever else you're filing your IRS forms under. You're going to need all of those as well. Again, it's just different. All right. You're going to need 6 months of bank statements as well. And if your tax returns haven't been filed, and then if you just get on Google, you can Google all those forms. So once you get this, you'll be able to just pull it up and search for it, and it'll come to you. Now, if you don't qualify for those loans, there's a subprime lender that I will send to you as well on this contact, with his contact number and all of the emails and all of that. So
is his name Guido?
no,
His name is Gino.
Gino.
Whatever you need. I'm here to take care of my people.
He's got
Whatever
money.
you need.
You're my first call, big guy.
Hey, I'm here to take care of you, baby.
So there's
His Gino Sublender is Barb.
What's the VIG?
So there's 4 other lenders that I will include onto this form for you guys. So just if you want that, you can get through there. And then there's a less stringent policy than the SBA policies, even that. So again, if you're if you're in a hole with certain things like tax returns aren't filed or your credit's a little bit low or something like this, don't let that stop you, is what I'm saying.
Nikki, where do they go to get this? Email?
I will share this with Oscar. Oscar will share it to the page, and then I will post a copy of this to every Facebook forum, Instagram, everything that I have.
Can you post it on Mentor and Masters for the people that we love?
Every single thing that I have, and we have, I will post it.
Okay. You and I will head that up, Nikki.
Post it in my group with the 10,000 salons.
Yeah, whatever you want. I will share it with you. You can do whatever you
I
want.
appreciate it.
So outside of that, you want to make sure then that you guys create a plan about what to do now. But as you can see, if you're going to apply for one of these loans, why is it important to probably apply for funding? You're going to need it to survive. If you're going to stay in the game to play for another 3 or 4 or 6 months down the road, you're going to probably need to figure out a way to get funding. And asking your clients to buy gift cards is not going to be it, guys. Okay, that's going to help maybe alleviate a little bit, but it is definitely not going to keep your doors open. So you got to stop doing that, because you're eventually going to have to probably pay your staff to be off, which sucks ass, but it is what it is. It's going to be a compliance issue. And so if you're going to play the game, you got to play it right. So, this is going to, I think, create a positive effect of, it's going to clean house. There's about 93,000 salon owners in the United States right now. And I guarantee you, I was just saying it, I mean, Derek, you guys, I don't know what you think, but I guarantee you it's going to drop to 80, 70,000 by the time this is said and done, if not more. And that's bad news in the sense that that's
way more, Nikki, way more.
I hope not, because I hope we can help them kind of find a way to survive. But you guys can get loans for this. Selling more retail.
We want to do exactly what Gino said, right? Or actually, I think it was Philip. Let's help the bottom ones too.
Yes, we have to help everybody.
If it was good, if it was good, Derek, it was me. It probably wasn't Philip. It probably was me. Yeah. I'm sure I said that. Yeah. I want to help the bottom, the middle, the top, and just every. And you know what?
It was Philip who said it.
Gino,
we know you don't really care about people.
By the way.
Okay, muting again.
And mute me too, David.
Thank you for saying that, Philip. It was wonderful for you to say that. I really appreciate you for saying that, because I think that this group, I would encourage us all to be very protective of the nonsense that's happening out there, and don't let other people bully other people, and people are scared and in fear. They act in ways that are just ridiculous. Yeah. And so we just can't allow it. We just have to keep people from play nice. So and play to win. Everybody.
You know what? When you're in fear, you can't be creative either.
Exactly. I mean,
period.
Exactly. Yeah. So I remember when I taught you that.
Gino.
Yes.
Lean back, and you're in the light. Lean back. You're in the light. That's beautiful.
Sorry, I'm not.
Oh, Gino, you look like Clark Gable.
We decided to join you and start drinking. So we
weren't
drinking before. We
That's
are
what
now.
I'm talking about.
Okay, we're muted.
That's
Bye.
Hey guys.
Do we still have? Are we?
Here are the things that you can do right now to kill time. Okay, right now to utilize your time properly. First, you have to create streams of communication to your staff. I don't care how you do it, but you got to do it. You got to do it through Facebook groups, through WeChat, through whatever. I don't care what you got to do it somehow. Write them notes every day, like Gina would say, if you have to, and mail it to them.
Said.
Okay, I don't care if you connect with that.
Stay tight.
You've got to lead. You need to give them leadership. Leadership is the best gift you can give them right now. So you have to figure out ways to lead yourself so you don't act like an asshole when your team needs you, okay? So you've got to act good and wonderful and like a leader and wise and intelligent and informed, so that you're not acting like a butthead and saying tons of really ridiculous things that make no sense.
Stop swearing, Nikki.
Right? What was that?
Stop swearing.
All right.
That's my job.
No, I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
doing- I'm doing-
Nikki, are we on till 7:30 or till 7?
Well, let's do it at 8 if we have to.
Well, Oscar's gone. Like what happened?
He's not going.
Oscar.
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
okay,
ready? Here's the
good.
next thing you can do.
Yes.
I would create a
Oscar
social
was getting it
media, I would create a social media calendar that doesn't include a ton of bullshit like we're all gonna die and this is the end of the world. None of that stuff. Okay, you need to do a content calendar, because when you pre-strategize 3 months what your business needs to be sending out into the marketplace as messaging from your team and from yourself and from your business, it will be a much more cohesive brand vision outside into the marketplace. So I would encourage you to sit down and plan out a 3-month, at the very least, if not 6 months, content calendar of what you need to be posting about on the daily, by the way. So every day, something good, not just hair pictures, because nothing like that's happening right now, but maybe
No,
pictures of your thought of whatever.
You're right on, Nikki, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I do want all of you to know
But I will.
that, Nikki and
That's all you've done.
Nikki and I invited Leslie Perry from the PBA to come on to this call. And I know she's on this. She just couldn't come on because she has a couple of other things going on. I don't want any of you to take lightly. The PBA has so much to offer. If you're not a member of the Professional Beauty Association, get involved. If you are,
100%.
there's so much out there. Go ahead, Nikki.
I think you need to create some creative projects with your kids. And if you don't have kids, then do it with your pets. Do it with
create some.
Wait. If you don't have kids, I can help. We can make this happen.
Here's the thing. How much time and energy do you invest into your employees and your team? And now you have time freed up. So let's put that energy into your kids. It will pay back in spades, in my opinion. And this is a wake-up call. And I'd like to leave, when the time comes in just a few minutes, to leave you guys with some inspirational thoughts about why I think that this could be, the perspective on this could be our ally as well. So anyway, we need to create online training programs and start educating yourself. And this is something that I really am going to, this is an investment that I'm trying to make into the industry, because Ivan and I have been racking our brains to think, what could we do to really provide something that people really need? And so I have an online program. It's called Statement Strong Business Academy. It's incredibly vast and incredibly intense. Each module is 6 to 8 weeks long. It's about 8 to 10 hours of viewing per module. So it's about 80 to 100 hours of viewing that we're going to give you. So every single person in this industry, not just people on this call, I'm going to give you guys the links first, so you guys have access to it first. We are giving away, and we will post all of that information on here as well. It's about $200 a month is the cost of it. We're going to give away 1 month free to everybody in the industry. If you have 4 weeks to kill right now, and you got all these other things you're doing, like getting loan documents in order and working with your kids and whatever else, you know what you should be doing when you have other time you're bored? Start educating your brain and start feeding your mind and feeding your soul and feeding your intelligence. So again, you don't want to sound like an asshole to your team. And then you can really start educating yourself with starting to work on, maybe right now you should work on your new pricing strategy. Right now, maybe you should work on your new compensation plan.
My face, I am Becky Morgan.
Maybe you should try to.
Let me,
AKA.
I'm going to meet everybody again. Stand by.
I just wanted to pop on here really quick and let you know that, hey, Natasha, let you know that starting Monday, we are going to make the best, just like
Mary's mic,
of a less than ideal situation and start getting your guys' creative juices flowing. Hey, Hannah. So you're not going to want to miss my live broadcast on Monday.
Who is this?
No, in your individual.
Mary Veal's mic, Oscar.
Oh my God! Why is she out there? Mary Veal? Let me get it again.
A bit of
Mute all. Yes, I'm gonna unmute you, Nikki, again. Stand by, honey. Go ahead, Nikki.
Okay, so I was gonna say to you guys, it's an online course. I will literally post pictures of how to walk through the course and how to get enrolled. All you have to do, we're gonna give you a link that's gonna give you access to the course. We're gonna give you 8 modules, which is about 8 or 10 months of watching. your goal is to cram 80 hours in watching. You can get the whole course if you want, but you won't. If you want to stay on after the fact, it's fine. If you don't, you just want to focus on what you want to do, like a leadership concept, creating a training structure, creating compensation, creating pricing. You have work to do. So now let's get busy and keep your business continually growing and get the loans and the funding that you need so that when you come out of this, you can hire all the people that are going to need to be hired. So that's what I would tell you to kind of really, really focus on. Okay. So online training systems, we're literally going to gift it to you guys. So no strings attached. At the end of the month, if you guys want to stay on, you let me know. If not, the expiration date will go on when, Iva? The expiration date is
April 18th.
So we're going to give that to you tonight. Okay. So also, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about layoffs and laying people off and making, like, if you got to go into unemployment. I've researched it today. They are at 10,000.
In the last,
share it with them.
In the last 48 hours, I saw a post earlier today. Normally they do right around process about 65 maybe applications a day. Between yesterday and today, they've already started processing 10,000.
Shit.
So everybody's in it. And
Yeah.
if you can't get through, just keep persisting, because if their website doesn't crash, that'll be a damn miracle.
But the reason they're laying off is, or companies laying off if they have to shut their business down for 6 weeks or 4 weeks, is because then they're not considered an employee. But which means then you're not liable to pay, which is why people are doing it, which allows the employee to go collect unemployment. But right now, the way the unemployment process looks, it's going to probably delay them God knows how long. You know, who knows? Nobody knows the answer.
They'll be rehired before they get their first
Right.
check.
So they're going to have to figure out some things as well. So what I'm saying as a responsible business owner is, regardless of the unemployment, yes, you can do that as a tactic. I understand that if you have to, but if you can try to get funding so that you can give them a small amount of what they need to survive through a short period of time, to carry them just a little bit. And then maybe you can use this time to your advantage as a leader to earn their respect and earn their loyalty. Why not try to use it in that way if you can? So that's what I would encourage you guys to do if possible. And again, I understand if you have to do that, but that's the reason why we would have to address it. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit as to why it is, but that's a much deeper topic and that can go down a rabbit hole. I want to share with you exactly what I think.
Nikki, if I could just jump in for a second.
Yeah.
We got about 12 minutes or so remaining.
This will take me like 2 minutes.
What I had said was the time. If people want to stay longer and are cool with that, I'm cool with that. But I just want to.
I can stay longer. So here are the things I really want you to see the perspective, and this is what we call foresight. We have to have foresight through this. We can't just have positive vibes and happy, happy-go-lucky attitudes. That's very important as well. But we have to have foresight into what is going to happen down the road. If we are planned and we are not living under a state of constant stress, we will lead better and we will be able to at least utilize this process for the right things and then to gather the right things out of it. So here's what I think are the really important things to have in foresight. First of all, family time is going to be critically important. It's the number one thing in my opinion. So make that really a deep investment if you can, and I promise you it'll pay you back in your soul in spades as well. It will make sure every salon is more sanitized and more clean, don't you guys think? I mean, damn if everybody's not as clean as possible right now. So new procedures, we're going to keep them going. Like, why can't we keep that kind of procedure going into the long term? It's going to be reduction of air. So it's going to make in my opinion, our climate and our air more breathable and more healthy in the long run. I mean, it's really minimizing a lot of that kind of stuff in the travel. I think that's a huge positive that we don't really, pollution is a big deal. I think we need to make sure that we understand that this does help us see and face our mortality a little bit, which I know sounds a little negative, but the positive on that is when we face mortality, we are faced with the challenge of becoming present in the moment. And when we get very present in the moment, we can be the best version of ourselves. So I would recommend that instead of living in here and on our phones and our Facebook and stress, just drop it all and take a deep breath and just be really, really present in the moment, whenever you can.
That's so very well said, especially right now, especially when the world can overtake you if you're not careful. That's so very well said, Nikki. It's what's necessary right now. And one of the things I keep telling everybody is this is the perfect time to really focus on growing you.
Right. Personal time is really important. How long have we been dying to do that? think of, if you really invest in yourself at this point, how you can grow through this process. I think it's very important. I think this is an invitation to turn inwards and really look at yourself and do that self-work, like Gino said, get on online education and really talk it through. And this is really an economic reset for our industry. I think every business owner who's intelligent with any business models would understand we need a reset in our business models. We need to understand that there needs to be more compliance and sick leave policies that are more viable, and understanding how to do this. It's forcing us to do it, which is a painful process, but at the same time, it's, I think, very important. It's a look at lack of healthcare in our industry. It's a look at our financial strength. We can see very clearly now how unstrong we are as an industry financially. I think it's going to help us question all of our life balance questions. It helps us reconnect to our elders, don't you think? I mean, it's created for me a really good sense of how much more love we have for our elders, and I think we need to be
You
more
know what,
careful.
too? Forgive me. I don't want to cut you off and take you away from your train of thought, but
As I do.
it's really not just us. I've talked with maybe 7 other industries, and they're really very close to us in regard to most small business has 2 weeks. And if in 2 weeks it's not secure, they're out of business. So it's really not just us. It's really every small business in America. However, please continue because your stuff is priceless.
Thank you. So I would focus a lot of time and energy on training systems at this point, if possible. Take the time to do that. I can help you with that. It's all on that course. But this is an evolution, guys. This is a shift. And it's creating this strong need for us to understand cause and effect in our decision making. And so I would just encourage you guys to just get yourself busy, make a strategy for survival for 3 to 4 months if possible. Let's stay connected. Let's work together. And I want to end with this. I have never seen this industry come together more than during this crisis, this national crisis. I'm so beyond proud to be part of this industry and all of you guys, and I can't imagine how wonderful all of this is. I feel like so warm and fuzzy about it. Actually, it's actually bigger than the stress about what's happening. So thank you guys for being so much a part of the movement and of the change and the evolution of what we're going through.
Well, what a great perspective.
Oscar,
Yes, yes, sir.
can it's awesome. The group of people that are on here, are there any others that want to say something or speak?
Yes, let's throw it out there.
Please.
Yes, I do. I thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
cut
you,
off.
Philip.
No, Dino, go back in the light.
There's a surprise.
So does anybody, there's a lot of people who don't have their videos here. You guys can throw a chat question. There was a lot of comments in the chat that I never even got a chance to read. But if you raise your hand and wave me down, I'll flip through the pages. If somebody would like to say something to be complete or any other thoughts that are going on with you. Mary, I saw your hand. Unmute yourself, Philip.
Raise your hand.
Are you just, oh, there you go.
Dona.
Marco, go ahead, Mark.
Well, Nikki was just saying that we need to, connect with our elders. So I just wanted to, say I was happy to see Gino and Philip out there and, and reconnect with our elders because it's been a while, Gino. And by the way, Philip, I'm drinking wine.
Very kind.
Is that the wine that I bought you?
There you go. Wish we could send. Oh, by the way, we're not coming down.
Cheers.
I somehow gathered that.
That's awesome.
Sona, stop topping him up. That's terrible.
That was hers.
All the drinkers might stay on after we cut the recording, and then we'll have the ring call.
Well, it's only 4:30 for us, so we can go for hours, right?
I'm good to go. Let me pop over here to Miss Joanne, if I may.
Oh, Joanna.
Miss Joanne, enlighten us.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Honey.
You can hear me? Hi.
Yes,
ma'am. I'm so privileged to be here and just listening to everybody. Everybody's so inspirational and, so on target. Philip said a few things. I have a background of being on the road for 14 years at the manufacturer and meeting lots of tiers of different salon owners. And he's so right when we say that there's different tiers. And I know that this is a terrible thing we're going through. My son is an emergency room nurse in Washington. And I fear for him every day. Now he said that, you know, everything's going great. So I'm so thankful for all those workers out there that are on the front lines, right?
Amen.
So, you know, as I was thinking about it, I'm like,
wait a minute,
huh?
wait a minute. Everybody.
Stan,
Thank you.
Ovation.
This is me.
Thank you.
The best thing Gino said all night. Thank you.
Yeah. As a mom, you know, I'm so proud of him, and what gets him through is his faith. He said they don't have enough testing kits right now. They're waiting for more. So what they deal with is extreme, you know, anxiety, fear, anger, all kinds of things. And this is terrible what is happening. But when I look at like the positivity or the inspiration on it for salon owners and business owners, like we have been given a gift right now. And Derek, I've never met you, but I love you're saying the beauty business reset, because I fully believe like this is going to be like a reset. And here's an opportunity to plan your social media calendar, like Nikki was saying, like all the fabulous ideas, because I meet so many owners that are working in their business and not on it. And now is a huge opportunity, huge time to work on it, right? And just reset you and take advantage of that time. So I think this platform and other platforms that we're bringing is so valuable to people, right? The business, all those tools need to be done and everything that we need to do, but it's pausing and taking a look at, you know, how can we be the best for our team? How can we be the best for ourselves? And somebody, whatever it is that you believe in your faith, I don't know, right? But something is saying, hey, people, we need to pause, world, right?
Amen.
We need to pause.
Whether we want to or not. Thank you, Joanne. Did you have anything else, or are you complete?
No, I want to respect everybody's time. I'm just really enjoying this, listening to everybody. I haven't seen Mark and Sana in forever, so hi guys. It's been a long time. Nice to see you again.
Love you, honey. Thank you so much. There was a question here, a couple comments. So Patty says she has some info on workman's comp, and Sally said, I want to hear what Patty has to say. And then there's a question from Carrie, advice to non-owners commission workers. And then Layla said, Carrie, would you like me to raise my hand and ask the question? I am curious about that as well. So Patty, what do you have on workman's comp, if you would, please?
So I spoke to my insurance agent this morning, and we came up with an idea that was pretty cool. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Patty.
So two things. Hi, Gino.
I love you.
Two things that are really relevant. So they're trying to pass legislation that's going to get the insurance companies to have to contribute, even though business interruption is not effective right now, because it does not cover virus. It only covers damage and loss. But my insurance company, actually, my agent was smart, and she prompted me to file a claim anyway. Even though they're going to kick it back, it will be on file. And if the legislation does get pushed through, I will have a leg up on it. So I would advise you to file a claim online with your insurance company, even if it's not valid, and that's under your liability business owners. Secondarily, we came up with a plan with our workman's comp policy that's going to try to save me some money in the time that we're going to be losing some income. So my audit is coming up. I am June to June. So I have actually one more pay. I have 4 to pay. But I'm going to have my underwriters re-audit my policy, because if I'm going to lose, say, a month or two of salary for my team, my workman's comp policy can be reduced because they're not insuring anything right now. So
Beautiful.
I'm going to try to get my last payments actually credited back or canceled. So we're working on that right now, which is a very tricky way of getting back in there, but saving money because insurance is expensive. So I'd encourage you to talk to your brokers and your insurance agents if you can save some money on your workman's comp. And also get that filed, that you have a claim in, even though it's not valid right now. If that legislation goes through, it will be valuable to have that in place.
Wow. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Bravo.
You're welcome.
Anything else you want to expand on that, Patty, or are you good on that?
I'm good on that. I don't want to take up any more time. Thanks.
Okay. So I think
Oscar, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, Derek.
Bravo, Patty. Thank you for the information. Joanne, thank you for the comment. Nikki, thank you for giving out your course. I don't think a lot of people in here may realize how valuable that is to them and to their employees. So I don't know if any of you know who I am. Some of you may, but I also created a software platform recently. This is where our business direction has been going. We created the only business platform that markets for salons to non-customers and also communicates to your existing people. I'm going to be posting a month and a half free of that to anybody that wants to get in on it. It sends text, emails, voicemail drops. It markets to Facebook, Google, you name it. It hooks into your website. It is the only and first marketing platform for salons and spas that isn't connected to the point of service system. Our point of service systems basically market to our existing customers. This markets to all and everybody. So I'm going to be posting a link for that to help everybody get through this and communicate with their clients and potential non-clients during this time. A lot of our clients right now, our salon clients, are sending out voicemail drops on a regular basis. It's ringless voicemail drops to their clients saying, hey, this is our daily update, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be posting that link, and I'm going to give out 6 weeks of it at our expense. And it's a pretty powerful platform, guys. So along with Nikki's offer, that's what I'm offering to the industry during this. That's about all we can afford, and then we're going broke after that. But hopefully people will enjoy it, and it'll help them get back on their feet.
Derek, that's
you've obviously done very well. I see the Lear jet in the back.
I know, shit, right?
You love that green screen.
No, I think
I've been sitting here going, okay, that bitch does not have a freaking plane.
Very well done. Very well done. Very well done.
So, Derek, anytime you want to pick us up from Orange County, be our guest.
And Derek, just for the fact.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Philip.
Okay, Derek, just for the fact you chose that picture on your green screen, I think you're a big baller that you need to give away 3 months.
Okay, first, can I just share something really funny? When you first had the library behind you, Philip goes, is he a lawyer?
Oh, that's right.
That's actually a picture. Philip, that's actually the picture of the Bat Cave.
Nobody's smart enough to be one. You guys, I know our time is running out. I just want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of our program tonight. Certainly all of you that had a lot to share. Oscar, what you do for our industry is incredible. Nikki, your thinking is just off the charts. And you know what? It's just nice to all be together, because as hard as I try to hide it, I'm scared. I'm scared of what's happening. I'm scared of what's to come. I don't know what the next few months are going to hold. I'm not broke, and I know that some of you are, and I'm scared for you. I'm going to be broke really fucking soon, and I'm scared for me. And I don't know how to move on, except that
Trader Joe's has $3 bottles of wine.
That's a good thing, because
I
can't believe how much I'm.
Gino only drinks Jameson.
And I have increased my Jameson's consumption by 3-fold. However, I want to heartfully thank each and every one of you. When I'm with you, I feel better, and I think that it's going to be all right, and we're going to make it through. So I love tonight. You're a special group of people. I especially want to thank Derek, Oscar, Nikki, all of you that are Philip and Mary, willing to give their expertise, Iva, your knowledge for free, because we've reached a time where money doesn't matter. What matters is us, and all of us helping each other be better people. Thank you so much. Nikki and I are going to do this a lot in the next few weeks, and I know that Oscar and I will too. Let's stay together, stay tight, and please invite your friends. I have to go. Thank you all so much.
Gino, don't spend that casino money.
I'm gonna
Hello. 3 things that are terrible right now. I'm not smoking.
What?
There's no casino.
Exactly.
I mean, I need, does anybody have extra cocaine?
Oh my God.
And Gino, I finished all the Jamesons in Palm Springs.
Darn it. See, the world is coming to an end. Thank you all so much. I love you all. Please stay healthy. I wish you the best of the best. Melody, you made my night tonight. Thank you.
Hey, Gino, stick around for a second real quick. So thank you all. Thank you, Gino. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Derek. Great contribution. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Joanne. Anybody I forgot and missed that you contributed. For those of you who were listening and participating, thank you for taking the time out of your day. Sana and Mark, bravo. Bravo. Got it. Thank you guys for being a part. I missed it. It's been a long time. We got to catch up. I want to end this. Gino and I and Nikki have talked about doing this some more. If the campfire thing sticks or whatever, I don't care, as long as we find some resources and support from each other somewhere. But this is how I end.
Oscar, thank you.
Yeah, let's do it, Oscar. Let's keep this going. All over.
Oscar.
Thank you, guys. And I want to end with this quick little story called The Brick, of all things. The story goes, a young and successful executive was traveling down a neighborhood street, going a bit too fast in his new Jaguar. He was watching for kids darting out from between parked cars and slowed down when he thought he saw something. As his car passed, no children appeared. Instead, a brick smashed into the Jag's side door. He slammed on his brakes, backed up the car to the spot where the brick had been thrown. The angry driver then jumped out of the car, grabbed the nearest kid, and pushed him up against the parked car, shouting, "What was that all about? What are you thinking? What the heck are you doing? This is a new car. That brick you threw is going to cost a lot of money. Why did you do that?" And the boy was apologetic. "Please, mister, please. I'm sorry, but I didn't know what else to do." He pleaded, "I threw the brick because no one else would stop." With tears dripping down his face and off his chin, the youth pointed to a spot around the parked car. It was his brother, he said. He rolled off the curb and fell out of his wheelchair, and I can't lift him up. Moved beyond words, the driver tried to swallow rapidly, swelling lump in his throat. He hurriedly lifted the handicapped boy back into the wheelchair. He took out a linen handkerchief and dabbed the fresh bleeds and cuts. A quick look told him everything was going to be okay. "Thank you, and may God bless you," the grateful child told the stranger. Too shook up for words, the man simply watched the boy push his wheelchair-bound brother down the sidewalk toward their home. It was a long, slow walk back to the Jaguar. The damage was very noticeable, but the driver never bothered to repair the dented door. He kept the dent there to remind him of this message: don't go through life so fast that somebody has to throw a brick at you to get your attention. God whispers in our souls and speaks to our hearts. Sometimes when we don't have the time to listen, he has to throw a brick at us. It's our choice to listen or not.
Amen. Amen.
I get emotional reading that one, y'all. Thank you, guys. I
love you all. I have to go. Melody, thank you.
Bye, Gino.
See you soon. Philip, I love you.
Love you too.
Iva, Mary.
Bye.
God, you guys.
Enjoy, everybody.
Tracy DePodnik, where is she?
Luck,
Patty,
everybody.
Patty Mead, how's your family? Is everybody good? Patty Mead.
Yeah.
She's unmuted. Good.
Oh, Patty.
Gino, I'm awesome. Thank you for asking. Paul and I are well, and so's PJ.
I
Love
want
you guys.
all of us to stay that way. All of us. Let's all stay healthy. Be careful. Stay home. Don't breathe those droplets. It's out there.
I know.
Right.
Yep.
Thank
Love
you all.
to
God
everyone.
bless. Take
Love you
care.
guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.